Brax, of course. Like, I can't believe we haven't seen more Underlord. I feel like this hero is
Yeah,
so good.
it is pretty
Why
good.
aren't
It's
we
really good
seeing it?
against. I'm not sure. I think what we surmised last time we talked about is there's just way better offlaners right now between like
Mhm.
Darkseer
30
and
seconds
Doom
to battle.
and some of the other ones. Legion Commander's been really popular as well. So I think it's just not the best of the offlaners is probably why we're not seeing it. But I like it this game pretty well. Being able to have Pit and Malice against like Centaurs is really nice. That way, when the enemy team does use Stampede, you can kind of prevent them from running in. It's good against Darkseer in the same vein. Lots of good AoE damage. That's percentage based. That'll be really good against all the tanky heroes on for
The
Zoomers as
battle
well. So I think
begins.
it's a really good game for Underlord. Pretty happy to see it.
What's interesting though too is the fact that they do have a Winter Wyvern on the side of four Zoomers, and we talk about these big chonky boys over on the side of business, but that Arctic Burn percentage-based damage still pretty nice. Not quite a Phoenix, but
Hmm. Yeah,
definitely in the same vein, especially
it
during
can be
laning,
nice.
which is very important.
Yeah, it is. I'm more excited about his Cold Embrace to be able to save people from physical damage. That'll be really nice against the
Mhm.
Terrorblade. It's okay against the Void Spirit potentially as well, because Void Spirit does do a lot of right clicking also, and also Winter's Curse is the other skill that I'm really happy that they have when you're up against somebody like a Terrorblade. All right, here's the 3 hit. Everyone taking damage.
Everyone's taking damage, but also they swapped up the lanes. Instead of having Brax be facing off with Sammy Boy and Husky, they send Eternal Envy and Fear down here. So trying to maybe get a better lane for Brax, as he's gonna just be, these are the two thick boys in the top lane, just duking it out between each other.
And this is kind of interesting too, the Underlord versus Centaur matchup. I assume that it's going to be Underlord favored, considering that he can more safely farm from range. He reduces all this base damage on monkeys, and his Firestorm should do a lot too. But I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I think there's definitely more kill potential on the Centaur side. That's for sure.
What's stopping them from just cutting waves?
Mana basically for now. For now, they'll just sit. Ocean also is down here to contest some full
He
creep
is, he
waves,
is,
so that is
oh.
gonna deny him a bit.
Oh, Snake King sitting so low, but Sammy Boy doesn't have another. Oh, nope, nope.
I thought it was a
Throws
kill
it out
too.
with the fear. I know I had
Went
a
on fear instead.
moment, but
Yeah, it was a good try,
so nice,
but
nice kill
too low
here
in
for
mana.
business.
In the mid lane, Brax doing pretty, or sorry, not Brax, Gunner doing quite good. 9 last hits so far on the Doom. Darkseer is going to shift over and looking like he's going to steal a creep wave again when he can, or at least mess up the pull a little bit here for Brax.
Yeah, I feel like Ocean, this is definitely a Zoomer specialty, right? The fact that they run this as that position 4 fairly
It is.
frequently, and they were able to pick it up, which was a little bit surprising to me. I feel like maybe business just doesn't believe in that power, perhaps, but does rotate down now to the bottom lane. So, not sure if they're going to try to switch up some things, maybe give Sammy Boy a better lane, or
I
perhaps
think they
just take
just
him by
need the
surprise.
Yeah, they need the tri-lane because it's too hard for Samuel Wood to contest. He's only had 4 last hits right now compared to the 12 of the Terrorblade. So if this continues, yes, they're going to limit Underlord's farm a little bit, but then who's going to carry for them on their team? Doom
Mhm.
has some potential, but it's not going to be the same as somebody like an Arc would have a good game. So they're going to give him a little bit of space now, which is probably fine anyways.
Radiant's courier
I don't know if they
has
denied that
arrived.
much from Brax on the Underlord by sticking the 2 heroes top, but on the bright side, I think the Darkseer probably caught level 2, I think, before rotating, so they'll have a little bit more experience here than normal. So this gives them a nice timing window. Still only level 1 on Clockwork, so they should be a little bit stronger if they fight to the death here.
I've got to find that opportunity, though, right?
Yep.
Chipping away over at Envy's health, though, so no Arctic Burn just yet for Winter Wyvern. I don't think it's go time until that spell is up and running, and it does have kind of a long cooldown at level 1. Brax sitting a little bit low here in the top lane, probably trading very efficiently with monkeys. Meta's gonna get popped over here on Envy, just trying to be a little bit safer. A lot of pressure being applied coming out from the side of the Zoomers with this tri-lane.
Just constantly spamming the Splinter Blast, trying to lower the health of Eternal Envy to make it scary for him to play forward here. Both of these offlaners are very similar HP now.
I think it's interesting
Bounty
having
Rim
this Doom in the mid lane. I know that's not typically something that is standard, but I do like the idea of it, right? Because that's one of the things that Doom really struggles with is if there's a very strong lane put against him, he's very weak in the early levels. But in this situation here, wow, Monkeys is really chopping away at Brax.
I mean,
Um,
strong lane is doing a lot of lifting in your sentence. If he's against like a Monkey King or something that counters melee heroes, yeah, he can have a really hard time. But other than that, he's generally a pretty strong laner. Like he can get away with pressure because of the fact that he's got built-in regen in his kit, and that he has really good base damage. So it's fine as a whole.
Some moves being played. Oh, there's a nice vacuum back with the Splinter Blast. Already the synergy coming out from Zoomers here. I'll just be able to go and get that save. But yeah, I just mean like the first couple levels. Like he sometimes struggles, right? Because Devour can be a bit difficult with the
structures are fortified.
Scorched Earth and things. It's not super easy, but this way he's going to get his levels. He's got camps available to him. So the only downside, right, is the fact that he's not really a tower taker. It doesn't do much for physical damage. Typically speaking, he's mostly just in Doom. So a lot of pressure is being placed on Sammy Boy for this.
Yeah. He's going to be really important for that, definitely. Centaur can help a little bit too, I guess, but at least they can kill creep waves really well. That's the best thing they've got going for them in terms of being able to take buildings. Sammy Boy level 4 here, still a bit of a level advantage. Going for the safe lane, guys. Iron Shell, not so good down here is the other problem with their trial lane. One of the downsides of the Starkseer 3 position, or 4 position. This is a melee query, feels a little bit different for sure. Oh, that's cool. And he instantly summons the Conjure Image, doesn't have to worry about the damage anymore. Still being pressured a lot. They're basically just throwing all of their nukes on Envy to lower his health, but Salves will solve that problem. And there's a quick Doom purchase. That's a 6-minute drum on Doom. I think I said Doom purchase, I meant drum purchase. Wow, and he's got a chainmail, and he's got a Wraith Band. I like the Wraith Band here. Doom has some armor issues. He's got agility issues as well. So giving himself attack speed and armor is pretty worth the 500 gold. He doesn't really need the bracer in terms of HP, but I like the attack speed and armor. That's smart.
He's definitely accelerating well there. What does Moo have? Moo is a little bit under here in terms of net worth. Not sure what the CS is. Oh, there's an initiation on the bottom though. Sorry.
Back bottom.
Back bottom, please. Yeah, all right. Again, that's a really nice vacuum combo coming out, and they do have the Stampede. I don't think you can get Envy here, but he's going to hold up here right next to Fear. A little bit of miscommunication. They might have been able to go and get Snaking, but Gunner's just running down. He's going to just take a couple hits here from the tower, run down Fear. He's got Doom too. If he, oh, no, he doesn't. He's decided not to pick that up just yet. So.
Yeah. He's not really expecting to use it. Like, realistically, he doesn't need Doom at this point in the game. The only thing it'd be really good against is the Void Spirit, basically. Like, the TB's not even 6 yet, so why put a skill point in there when you could have more Devours or more Scorched Earth and farm faster and or gank better? So completely reasonable for him to skip it here because he's a mid laner. If he's an off laner, it's different because your 6 comes a lot later, and at that point, the lineup is more necessary. But good rotation for him. He gets back to the mid lane really quickly. And a good kill. I think, did he get an Elf Wolf? Yeah. So now he's doing insane damage, actually, if he wants to fight.
Bottom lane, another fight breaking out, but looks like the Zoomers will just back off. And we do have Moose still down here, so you have to be a little bit careful. This Winter Wyvern's doing so much harass with her Splinter Blast. It's pretty bonkers.
Yeah, that's the aspect of the hero that's pretty nice. The worst thing about it, though, is that you end up pushing the wave a lot because it's also hitting the enemy lane creep, so it can mess up your lane stabilization a bit, but it's a very low cooldown ability. It's a 7-second cooldown for really good damage, so if they are trying to outpressure TB, they've done a good job. Check out the net worth graph if you haven't seen it just yet. Gunner's in a good spot here. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he's max Devour at this point. Let's see, he's going to search for it.
Just run down Envy.
He's got a skill point. He could Doom there if he really wanted to, but he's choosing not to.
Forces the TP though. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and that cost him literally nothing. Look at his HP. It's still full. It's just by taking the tower shots.
Also the power of the Darkseer early on, having those points in Surge, but Sammy Boy in the bottom lane could use a little bit of assistance here. He's just getting worked down, and that's the save like you talked about here, Purge. Sammy Boy staying alive. Gunner, he's super fast. He's even got the jumps. Doesn't even bother with them either. Just chases down Snaking and cuts him down.
Yep, that's the pack leader aura is so good for him here. He's basically got phase boots and drum before anybody else has boots, more or less. So he's just doing tons of damage. It's like a 20% chance to crit for 2 times damage. So not to mention it's a 20% damage aura, so he's in a good spot. His right click is solid. He's running him down. works out. He's going to rush a BKB this game too, is what he had queued up, which will be pretty effective against the enemy lineup. Like if he's just super tanky and he does a lot of damage with his skills alone, it makes sense. Get magic immune. He can be the front liner, and that'll allow Sammy Boy to have a much easier time to be defended on the back line.
Think about how scary it must be to just see a giant demon spawn just running at you thanks to Ocean Surging.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
That seems absolutely horrifying. And it does seem horrifying to the players in the game, too. All right, they'll use the Astral Step again. Husky's here. Sammy Boy's taking a lot of damage. He might need some assistance. Oh, he's going to get taken down before they call up. But Monkey's TPing down to the bottom lane. Should be able to find the kill onto Snaking, although Brack's coming through. Nope, not going to be able to quite protect him for that long as Fear TP's out. Very aggressive moves.
Easily the worst thing going for Zoomers is how the Arc Warden is doing, and that's the issue with the laning stage here. Their heroes are a little weird. Haste on Gunner could go for something if he wants to, and say he's gonna hit creeps. Probably gonna pull two camps together and do some Scorched Earth farming to keep his net worth up. No, he's gonna save it in case he wants to go for a kill.
Looks like they've traded off the lanes too. There's a lot of pressure being placed on the bottom. Sammy Boy says, I'm tired of this. I need to farm. Monkeys, please take bottom. Protect our tower. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. And this is the other thing that's going to make the game a little different, is that the offlaners both have really high levels compared to normal because of the fact they were in 1v1 lanes. So what's that sniped? Ooh, that was Boots and Wand for him, actually. It's kind of a big deal. He doesn't have Stampede, so now his ability to fight the next 2 or 3 minutes is going to be way less.
Dire's top tower is
They still have the Winter's Curse, though. They've got the Winter's Curse to help protect the bottom tower. I think the threat of that, as long as he doesn't get jumped on by Moo, right?
I'm more worried about his ability to participate offensively, basically. Centaur's whole purpose is to be defensive a little bit, but also to initiate. So losing Boots for 2 minutes means getting a kill done here is pretty unlikely. Brax are really farmed too. This is a big deal. He's getting pretty close to Greaves, so even though they're really farmed ahead on Gunner, you gotta worry about picked up, otherwise Envy.
Oh, Sunder. Nope, he has Sunder. He's still scared though. He still doesn't want to be a part of this though. That should solidify this tower here for Zoomers. They have the Cardi here too.
Structures are fortified.
Oh, they're rotating over. They want to fight it.
Dire's top
Moo looking
tower
for
is
any
under
grab he
attack.
can get.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, they know. They're all backing off. You can see Sammy Boy's already TPing out. Doesn't want to deal with this. More TP's coming in though as well, so.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Husky getting jumped on immediately. The taunt though landing over here. Over onto Ocean. They'll get the Doom off here. Nice hook shot coming out from Snaking. We'll hold them together. They try to draw them right back in again. They've got to take the... And look at this. They even use the curse as they just keep doing the damage. They've got the stomp. That is going to be one dead Moo. And now poor Snaking has to run for his life. But Gunner, he's so fast. Look at him just running at him. Phase boots, drums. He wants the skill. Doesn't have that Scorched Earth up. Does have the stomp back up again if they try to reinitiate, but doesn't seem likely.
Dire's
Yep.
bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
it was a good catch. The vacuum actually really made that, in my opinion. If they don't vacuum those heroes back, I think they get away due to the nice hook shot by Snaking there. But yeah, 7 minutes faster than average for the Underlord. That's because he got to play a 1v1 lane, so that's why it's so stupidly fast. Not to mention, he probably last hits better over the Centaur, but...
All right, Kinky's down to the bottom. Monkeys has a Stampede. He's getting stunned up by Snaking, though, as he's trying to break some ankles. Lands a really nice stomp. Still in need of some help here. It's not looking like he's going to survive. He's just trying to make space at this point.
Yep.
But
It's
top
too
lane?
hard there.
So over onto Fear. Get the stomp off. Drax trying to help out as much as he can, but you just can't run from Gunner right now. He's just way too powerful.
Yes. Finally getting... And he's doing all of this without Inferno Blade, actually. It's kind of insane. But with all the mobility and the items that he has, his ability to just run people down is pretty simple. Sammy Boy in trouble, though.
Yep, hook shot. TP's coming out, though. Throws down the bubble, trying to force them away, trying to make sure that Envy can't hit him as easily. Winter's Curse gets used. We'll hold him into place. He's got his own illusion hitting back. His Gunner's here, and he wants this kill. They drop the wall. The Zoomers zooming on in. Tipping Envy on the way out.
That was sick. Normally, the bubble is a little bit counterable when you're that out of position, as Sammy Boy was, but Eternal Envy on the Terrorblade, it's a slow hero. It takes time to get in the bubble, and just to do so gets him more out of position. So he buys time, and Gunner just all over the map. Still super high net worth. And he's been in almost all these fights. Now he's doing Ancients. Oh, this is a good way to spend your time for Ocean here.
He's got
Very
his own
efficient.
Terrorblade. Life is good.
Some nice gold you wouldn't get otherwise. He's going for a Force Staff to solve some clockwork problems. If him or an ally gets hookshotted and cogged in, he can save them. And also gives them the ability to initiate a bit. I think if there wasn't a clock, he'd go Blink instead. I think we've seen that in another game, but I think it's safe to say Gunner's having a great game.
Yeah, I would say so. This Doom mid's working out for them. BKB completed now. Sweet baby Jesus.
Yep, at 14
Good
minutes.
grief. Yep. Classic, right? Standard. Not at all.
He's been very safe with how he's been playing.
I
It's fun to watch.
don't think he's been safe. I think that he's just taken a lead and made intelligent choices, but
But by safe I mean like item wise, like
okay.
by going like phase drum and to BKB, like it's the benefit of like not going heavy farming items. You buy items that can allow you to fight. That way, if you play well and utilize those, you're getting kills that are helping your team as a whole to be in a better position. Like if you pick Doom and you go like Midas and you max Devour first, you are losing your team the game because you're not going to be able to do as much in your lane because you're throwing it away into an item that only gives you more gold. So what Gunner has done is not greedy at all and has been safe in the sense that it allows him to create tons of space for his team through map kills and reactions. He's done a really good job.
But I feel like the other thing you have to keep in mind is that he is a mid Doom, so to do that sort of build would be incredibly selfish. Because with the way that the patch is going on, you need someone to be the tempo controller. Sammy Boy didn't have a great time in the bottom lane. You know, the business associates did a great job of placing the pressure on him. So it would make sense that he's not going, you know, for these very greedy Midas kind of builds.
And he's going Halberd after, so evasion.
Yeah.
Lots more regen. It's actually a really nice item on the hero because you naturally get regen from Devour. That'll be increased by 20%. And obviously the disarm against the TB is super good. They're trying to get a grab though. Spirit Vessel is ready to go. It's going to be pretty good against Doom. And lots of heroes actually.
They got to catch up first though. That's the problem. And they're just sidestepping them right now on the side of business associates.
And worst case, he's also got the BKB. So even if they do grab him, can't chain stun him all the way, then he'll be able to protect himself. It looks like he's going to be the one that gets found, though. Yep, he's showing on the creep wave now. All right, let's see if he can survive this.
Waffling a little bit, though. There's going to be the jump forward. There's the hook shot. Gunner just walking away, and he pops the BKB. Turns around with the stomp, manages to get the Doom back off, and he's going right back in. He's protected by the bubble, hugging off the side. The wall being placed on the back line. The Witcher's Curse coming out. It's beautiful, but can they finish off in time? Yes, they can. They hold them in place, and that almost goes even worse for the business associates if Brax hadn't said, everybody get in the van, we're leaving.
Yeah,
and that is a Bok moment. A smart Bok moment, because they needed to leave, but also...
It got bad pretty fast there for them, that's for sure. But Gunner got a big heal from his wand and his BKB. They did not have enough damage afterwards to pick him off, so good Doom, good turn, and really good Winter's Curse to help guarantee that kill. That wouldn't happen otherwise.
I mean, on the plus side for business, they don't have all of their ultimates available anymore, right? So maybe... Maybe business can put some pressure. In fact, it looks like they're going to try to go... That's a nice bubble. Back line, Ocean getting held in place. The Cog's actually pushing forward, but nope, they have the nuke. They'll be able to follow up. Gunner trying to sidestep here, doesn't have that BKB. He needs to be careful. There's the Spirit Vessel coming out to hold him in place. And, you know, they were trying to keep him alive, but they're not going to be able to do too much magic damage. Tempest Double getting dropped here by Sammy Boy. He doesn't want to get taken out here, so he's going to be grabbed up by the Cogs. Does not looking good for him as they find the kill. They'll take down Snaking. Sammy will fall. Monkey's looking real unhealthy, too. Only Husky's still alive. Well played.
That was like perfect Cog's position there, because the Darkseer wanted a Force Staff left because the enemies were to the right, but if he does that, he gets pushed out of the Cogs, but then he has to stay there because there wasn't any space. It was like a dead zone, right? He would have ended up staying where he was, so that was like the perfect place for Snaking to land the Cogs against him. And that just kind of made the rest of Zoomers feel like they had to commit, but without BKB on Gunner, for example, the Spirit Vessel did way too much damage.
I mean...
Still 3k advantage, though, but...
I mentioned this earlier saying, you know, with all of their ultimates being down, I figured that, you know, business associates probably could make some sort of move, and they definitely did. I feel like I think part of it was the creep wave wasn't really pushed out in the top lane. I feel like maybe that goes a little bit differently. If they're able to get an objective, it pushes business back a little bit, but because they weren't able to clean up on it, they weren't able to get any buildings or anything like that. Business is not feeling that bad about that engagement. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's good. This is the BKB for Terrorblade, so the Winter's Curse
Radiant's
is
bottom tower is under
very
attack.
scary. He's going to have to make sure he knows where the Wyvern is because he doesn't want to blow that BKB charge on nothing.
That's true. But on the bright side, he doesn't have to worry about getting caught in Winter's Curse himself. It'd have to be cast on him directly.
Hook
Good
shot
grab.
comes in. He's looking like a dead ocean, although he does have the surge up. Oh, they've got a haste rune gunner. He's here. They think about turning right back around. Ooh, he's just a little bit too faster. They'll turn it around. They get the kill. They're thinking about going in for the Doom, but Gunner deciding to hold back on it. Doesn't feel like they want to go into a full-on fight. We'll hold on to the Doom for now. The double damage, though.
Passes them the bottle as well, so he doesn't have to use it until needed. And he used it right away. Oh, wait. No,
Okay.
he didn't. He just bottled it. My bad.
Okay. Particle effects.
Gonna save it. They're gonna save it for potential Roshan or another big fight. When your TB, DD is like so valuable that you don't mess around with wasting it. Doom holding on to the Van Brace, so he'll have a good mix of magic resistance here. Gonna push out the top lane. Everyone's coming though. They're gonna try to catch him.
They have vision. They have vision.
No hook shot for 5 though. Hypothetically, he could TP right now, but he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that.
Now he's got a creep
He's
wave.
fast.
Very fast. Iron Shell on him now.
And
Okay.
back to farming.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You have the Boots of
of
Travel
Travel,
completed, though,
too.
now. Yeah, that's
really
a pretty
good.
big deal.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Envy popping that double damage here in the top lane. Tempest double will come out, try to probably put down some protective spirits over there on the ground. Do they go into it's like halfway done with that DD. They just
It's really
they have
dangerous.
another vision though. They've got the ward. Okay, the jump fort from Monkeys. BKB coming out from NB gets the Sunder off over onto Monkeys, but they just run away. They know that they don't have to take this. Gunner trying to
Yeah.
decide what he wants to do.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They want to chase, but it's hard. Oh
I
my
mean,
god, he's
not
so
when
fast.
Gunner's like zooming on in there like the zoomer he is. Monkeys with the stomp. They'll hold him into place with the cogs. And there it is. There's the Winter's Curse. Wall gets dropped on top of everything else. This is not looking super great here for Brax, but there's a whole other fight coming on the other side as they take down Sammy Boy. That's very value Gunner. He's big and tanky, but he just doesn't have the damage that he would like to have for this fight. He'll turn back around again, hoping maybe he can get the kill onto Fear. Fear using his false promise on himself. Gunner with the BKB. He's just going to TP out. They don't have anything to cancel it. But they end up losing Monkeys. They end up losing Sammy Boy, and no one disappears on the side of business.
Rough situation. The Doom on the Terrorblade, but they were able to disengage from it for just long enough. The Pit of Malice stopped the surge chases, and while his initiation on the Underlord looked really good, Fear was able to save him really easy with Fate's Edict to stop the magic damage there. So it's getting difficult for them to win these fights here. It was a great initiation. The stun fault was potentially good, but catching him separated out was really rough for him. And then in the meantime, what happened was Sammy was approaching for the mid lane. He gets spotted, gets jumped on with everyone else's damage, and he gets blown up. So big mistake from Sammy Boy to try to follow up on this one, which wasn't quite safe enough with as much mobility as there is on the Zoomer or on the business associate side.
Yeah, he's starting to catch up in terms of net worth, I believe, with Envy there. It's like 9.3k, 10k over on Envy, and then of course Gunner doing what a Doom does best, you know, just being able to farm exceptionally fast and keep that lead. But looks like Moo's not too far behind. It's hard with this battle playground thing in the way. It's like, what is that, 9.3?
Yep.
9.3? No, that's
Moose got just under
no.
9, and then it's 9 point.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, 8.9.
Look at all those meepos just waiting.
No one's whacking the meepos.
A damn child
our
could hit one of
observer's
those
trying.
meepos.
Juicy meepos, man.
Just gotta kill one and they all die. That's how it works.
That's true. Not incorrect.
I think Snake King's doing a really good job in the team fight so
Dire's
far too.
bottom tower is under
Like between
attack.
him and Brax, they have so much team fight disruption, and it makes it really hard for Zoomers to go in.
They heard you clearly since they went for the high five.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
Oh,
we're pretty
nice.
awesome. But Moose sitting over on the high ground here, protecting. Seeing if maybe he can get a quick pick. Gunner. Just barely missing them here. They have yeah, they've got the sentry. Drum's on Terrorblade now. Looks like Fear is purchasing up a smoke, so perhaps they want to make some moves relatively soon. Feels like the tempo slowed down just a little bit now for the Zoomers. Zoom having a very excellent mid game here, or rather, game in mid. Phrasing, what is it? But now, you know, he's died. They've had difficulties trying to maintain these fights, especially when Sammy Boy is kind of papery and gets taken down so fast.
Once he gets BKBs, it's going to feel a lot better. But it's going to take some time till he feels comfortable in itemization to get there. I don't actually know where he is on net worth at the moment, but I think he's not BKB ready on Arc Warden. Yeah,
No.
still working on Maelstrom. He did go back for BOTs first, which you could maybe say is a little bit greedy, but he wanted to be able to show up to team fights, participate, because the rest of the team doesn't have that much damage, so I think that's why he went BOTs a bit earlier.
Maybe the mobility of being able to farm like around the map. If he realizes that people are heading to him, he can just immediately dip away.
Or more importantly, be able to split push better while still getting a farm is another good reason, yeah.
That's pretty important.
All right, Gunner going standard build, looking for Shiva's guard next. Very good build. Ooh, this looks like a dead Arc Warden.
Tempest double.
Tempest double, yeah. A lot of gold.
Yes.
Radiant
But
structures
Zoomer's putting their own pressure in the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower
See
is
the
under
actual
attack.
Sammy Boy is up here.
Dire's top
Throwing out the
tower
bubble,
is
gonna
under
just
attack.
try to dish out whatever he can, and you know, this is the value of that split push too. Does have the rest of the Zoomers coming in though, trying to scope out, make sure that nobody's TPing on in, and is going to try to gank their poor Arc Warden who has struggled a bit. But Envy down in the bottom lane, they've taken the tier 2, and I would imagine that they're probably gonna try to put the pressure on the tier 3 and make people TP home.
Dire's
Yep,
top
look at the tower.
tower
Now they can go
Just yet,
defend.
but yeah, look at this.
They don't have Glyph, actually. They used it on the tier 2. This is dangerous.
Hook shot coming in from Snake King. Immediately the jump forward from Moo. They're going to try to keep Doom alive a little bit longer. They use the nuke. Don't quite have the BKB though. Look how fast he is. He goes right back in again. We'll slow down Snake King. On the back line though, we do have a wall. Brax says, all right, this is not looking great for us. Snake King gonna fall, but the rest of the team will be able to teleport out to safety.
Forces a BKB charge, but meta does get used, which is not too bad for them. Doom had just enough health there to stay alive, but it's good that he's taking the pressure over the rest of his allies, and they're gonna see if they can catch the enemy team. Sammy's ready to grab anybody here. Doesn't have
Yeah, he
his
is.
Tempest double just yet, but
You see Brax, that's a
Brax,
difficult
he's
kill.
not gonna
He's pretty
expect
tanky. He's got the... Definitely does not expect that, although he manages to get the save off here from Fear. Can they heal him up fast enough? He's very, very tanky. There's going to be the Stampede, though. They'll jump right onto Fear. Thunder comes off as well, as they'll take down Brax. Can they find anything else? Looks like they're not going to dive. They'll respect it, as they can TPs to the tower. Does eat that
Dire's
Spark
middle
Wraith,
tower
but...
is under attack.
okay. I was trying to figure out like if Sunder actually saves in there, but I guess Brax's HP was low before he got ultied, so by swapping his health, he became full health and had a better chance of surviving first. So, but he still died anyways, and it kind of put them at a dangerous position because then Envy's not full HP when the fight happens, and he doesn't have Thunder. So we'll see if they can contest this. Illusion's running in. Yeah, I guess they're not going to fight anyways. But
I don't think they can. Yeah, you don't have meta. I mean, you could fight. It's Eternal Envy. He does what he wants.
it's going slow. It's really not dying too fast.
This is so
They wanna run
tsundere.
out.
Dire's bottom tower is under
All right, yeah. Moo doing the best he can, just trying to throw out some of these remnants. Monkey's getting healed up on the side. Everybody's up on the side of Business Associates. Got a little bit of time here. They forced them out of the pit. Another remnant being placed in. Doesn't see anything. Snake King just eating a bunch of the Spark Wraiths again. a nice item, the Titan Sliver.
Yeah, probably give that to Doom, I think, since he's going to be front
Radiant's
laning.
middle
Did he grab it?
tower is under attack.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Magic resistance gives you about as much as the Van Brace does anyways, but the status resistance is the big thing. When he gets initiated on, he'll be better able to press BKB. All right, they're going to try to take Roche themselves.
No, they get the taunt off on the Tempest double. Monkeys. Standing nearby. Envy's got that meta backup. Ocean going in with the wall. Force out a lot of things. Oh, but the jump in coming out from Gunner and the Winter's Curse on the back line. Monkeys, can they get enough damage out over on the side? Gunner's gone a little bit too far here. Envy with the BKB is just trying to make it out. We'll be able to get the sender off though over onto Gunner. Did Gunner go too far? No, man, he managed to go get the stomp off, but he's still going to fall here. That Roche sitting so low, not quite dead just yet. Moose should be able to clean up on this kill, and perhaps just a little bit too early coming out from the side of the Zoomers. Monkey's hiding in the pit. Will chase after Sammy Boy. He drops that Tempest double. Not quite sure about that. He's going to end up feeding that gold. Perhaps just trying to put out as many things as possible, but Monkey's sitting with that invis. Does that... It's right on the cusp.
Oh, wait, that's Radiant.
Monkeys.
It's Radiant. That's Radiant Ward. It's a Radiant Ward. We can do this.
It's a Radiant Ward. Okay, okay. Oh my god.
Right.
Is he gonna be a god? Godlike gamer? Monkeys forever? There it is. Envy grabs up the Aegis. Not quite, but it was a very nice try. He's gonna have to TP out. He can't. He gets pulled right back.
I really
close.
wanted that to work. I really
Me too.
wanted that.
That would have been so sick.
I haven't seen an Invis like Roche steal or Aegis steal in a very long time, but it didn't work out. I gotta say, the Winter's Curse felt a little bit odd to me there because it kind of limited. Like, basically, Gunner was in the Roche pit, and he was doing damage, but with the Winter's Curse coming out, he went out of the Roche pit to go fight other people, which he was doing to try to grab the Oracle. It felt a little bit weird to me, I guess. Maybe I'm probably just wrong, though. It was a difficult fight, by all means. I don't think they had Doom during the fight. Dooming the Terrible Blade would have been perfect to prevent the Sunder, but they're just having some damage issues now. Like, it feels like Sammy Boy's having trouble getting into the fight without being pressured and killed. There's just a lot of mobility on the business associate side, so he's just having to play more safe and sit back.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that statement. I think the other thing that's a little tough is, like, Zoomers has great team fight, right? But they're using it all at once. Like, I can't, like, the last time, not the last time, but the last time, you had this beautiful, you know, wall that was separating things. It was causing problems in the fight, but then also they just dropped the Winter's Curse on top of it. And while I get the idea of it, like, it's not that horrible, it does kind of open the door for business associates to realize, oh, they just used literally everything. So why don't we just go right back in again?
Yeah, that's what it does feel like that sometimes. I assume he's going to use Paladin Sword on Samuel, but yeah, it's an upgrade to Vampire Fangs after all, but isn't going to feel too good until he gets maybe like Satanic or something later on in the game. The BKB on Eternal Envy was really crucial in the last fight as well. Allowed them to, like, basically you need your opponents not to be magic immune if you want to be more effective as like a core Doom, because you do need to be able to consistently cast Infernal Blade, let your Scorcher deal damage, and also to War Stomp stun.
God, Envy's gonna hit like a Mack truck. He's got his MKB ready. He's got his BKB. He's got, like, the whole kit's just coming together. It feels like that other game we just watched where we're just like, I'm not sure. I don't know if Ektor has enough damage just yet. I feel like, and then all of a sudden Ektor just showed up and murders everybody.
Yeah. It's scary playing against the TP right now. Especially, it feels like the Scotty timing is where things get really insane, because then he can start solo killing heroes in the fight with so much slow.
It'd be the worst thing in the world if Monkeys tank this gank. He doesn't want to be there, but his tanky will require a lot of time. And again, this Pit of Malice is just so good against the Stampede. Still alive, though. Does make them work for it a little bit, but Moo will be able to get the kill.
Yep, Rocket Barrage or Rocket Flare is going to slow things down. Scan on Darkseid actually does spot him briefly, but he's running for his life now. Should be okay.
I like the channeling animation for. Oh, that is lovely.
It is. DD ready to go once again. Spider legs on Terrorblade should allow him to maneuver the fight really well. Going for a Glimmer on Darks here, trying to push out the side lanes as much as they can to at least threaten some split push. But again, their physical damage is not super incredible, but hypothetically, the Arc Warding could go top.
But
It's not very safe.
Eternal Envy has a double damage, and he hasn't even popped the meta. Oh, and the double hook shot coming out from Snaking. He pushes them outside with the cogs. It is so beautiful. They get the kill on Husky almost immediately. Gunner having to run away. Look at this damage coming out. They do manage to go and doom up Moo. They've dropped the wall, the vacuum, the stomp. Beautifully done by the Zoomers. But is it enough? There's so much damage again coming out from Eternal Envy. Envy's got to be careful he doesn't walk through this wall, though, and accidentally kill his kill his team. Got the spider legs. They're just gonna back off for a minute. They're cool. They're chilling. They're gonna make their way over to the mid lane here. It's right over towards the bubble. Oh my god, that was such a beautiful, beautiful vacuum into Stomp, but there's just so much damage. Envy, though, struggling a little bit. The whole team's struggling against a little bit of this repair kit. The silence hook shot doesn't connect. Sammy Boy's Tempest double is just taking a beating, and they can't seem to push them away. Sammy Boy himself now, silence, gonna try to save him. They should have the nuke damage, but again, the Winter's Curse coming out now from Huskies will hold them, but they also get the stomp off Gunner. Look at that damage again. These vacuum combos have been so on point, but Gunner, he can't do anything else. He's just gonna get eradicated. He'll buy back going in. They're diving a bit far here over on Business Associates. Eternal Envy still holding on to that Aegis, I think. Oh, the stop, no kidding. Oh my god.
Oh, he almost killed him. That was Aegis dying.
Close.
That was so close. I heard Aegis pop the same moment. He could have killed Envy there. Would have been a nice glimmer of hope for the Zoomers, but I mean, ultimately that was Snake King winning that fight for Business Associates. He had a great catch with the hook shot, catching both the Doom, I believe, and the Arc Warden and the Winter Wyvern all together, and then his cogs just pushed them everywhere, blocked their retreat, and allowed Business Associates to start the fight in such a good way. So props to him for winning that team fight for his team. The pressure is hard. They didn't lose any tier 3 towers, at least. They didn't lose any barracks, so could be worse. 7k gold disadvantage is still something you can win against, but it's just tough with their disables. They do not have a lot of disables. It's like Doom and Centaur Stomp and Winter's Curse, and those things do not combo super well together. We haven't yet seen a Winter's Curse that actually produces a solo kill yet either.
I wish you could have seen my face that last fight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Monkey's just gonna blink away. Snaking has been performing so well. Oh my god. Just the way that he hook-shotted it and then just immediately pushed them out using his cogs.
Mm-hmm.
These fights are insane. Really I love it.
Yeah.
All right, business.
It feels rough for Gunner that he had such a good early game, but everything's kind of just fallen off. But it's one of the downsides to Doom. Like, as a core, he doesn't contribute as much to a normal team fight. That he does do a lot of AoE damage, and he's great at disabling and chain disabling, but there's just so many threats to him. It feels like between like Clockwork is just ignores his disable prowess because he can just mess with them no matter what.
And I mean, I have to say, Gunner was playing his lane so well, right? He played the early game exactly the way he should, but this is the problem with having the Doom mid, is that as the game goes later... Oh my god, another double damage for Envy.
That's good. DD is very good.
It's unreal.
It's
unreal.
It's
Yet
good.
Another one. Eternal Envy Dota, man. Sky. It's just as... the runes are just as... RNG some days as Envy's playing himself, right?
Yeah. Doom aiming for Lotus Orb next. Satanic just finished on Terrorblade. In case they were having enough trouble killing him, that's going to be even harder.
Do they have any sort of, like, did they pick up a halberd? They have a halberd, right? On the side of...
Yeah, they have one on Doom.
Okay. Still. Ooh. I guess the dream is that Husky manages to catch that Winter's Curse and Envy blows up a teammate, but
yeah,
it's hard. It's so hard.
Yeah. Basically, Oracle just needs to stay away from Winter's Curse of anybody, and they don't lose anybody anyways. Havoc Hammer picked up. Minotaur Horn going to the Radiant side. Prince's Knife on Radiant side. Prince's Knife is pretty good on Arc Warden actually. So you could get procs with both him and his Tempest double. That part's pretty sick. Don't know if he'll use it, but the projectile increase is actually pretty good too. Which did Arc Warden keep the neutral item? Yeah, he did
Yep.
take it. It's really
It's a
good,
good item
on his
for
hero.
I mean, Sammy
Radiant's
Boy,
courier
you know,
has been
definitely
killed.
struggling. Oh, was there anything on the courier? I guess not, right? It would have shown us the
Nope.
item.
He's trying to buy Shivas, I think. Or, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Lotus Orb. Is what he changed his mind to. He's trying to reflect, basically be able to remove silence potentially, but more importantly, he can reflect thunder. So if he does become the hero that tries to kill Envy with the Doom or something, he can potentially save himself from getting thundered.
Yeah, well, they
More
forced
split
out.
push.
Yeah, they're doing because they can't really get into that pit right now, especially not with the double damage on Envy. Just dishing it out. My goodness. So they'll try to put some pressure. But it's gonna be a fast roast here. Terrorblade picking up the Aegis. The cheese goes over on Underlord. Hook shot finds Ocean. He's a speedy little lad. He just picked up his Force Staff though, and they have the Glimmer Cape. He's gonna be able to break some ankles though. Moo hot on the tail. Oh baby, Ocean, look at him go.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Glimmer, Blink, Force. Really good items for the support position. He gives him all the capabilities to split push, but also be more survivable when he does it. So rather than having defensive items that wouldn't have saved him there, the mobility pays off. It's gonna be easier for him to get these like vacuum calls too. They're trying to get a kill. Sammy Boy, this is the part where he
This
prays
is where you're supposed to.
and really hopes that they don't
Yep.
find him.
It's almost got his TP off cooldown.
Yeah.
Whitlish, Shaco.
Decent on Underlord. Maybe Oracle. Probably Void Spirit, most likely. He's gonna have a lot of mana.
Oh, good hook shot coming out from Snake King. Moo is here. The taunt, holding him in place. Spear joining in on the fight. Braxton, just everyone of them on tier. Well, everyone in, you know, just not Envy, but say Dead Centaur. Does have buyback though.
So Monkey's just trying to be cheeky there, basically. Like, if Business Associates is pushing across the map looking for a kill and he's able to take that outpost, then they get experience and their opponents don't. But probably not worth the die for it. It does buy your team a little bit of time, and they are trying to delay the game. So maybe he's comfortable with the death either way. Because now that they're going to get on the map trying to get a kill, as long as Doom doesn't die here.
I don't think they have the hook shot yet. It's still down for another couple seconds. So see him just taking a bath in the creep wave and walking out. But the Scotty is completed for Envy. He is terrifying. And they do still have vision on Ocean. Got a sentry down. This is feeling like a very dead dark spear this time. I don't think they really needed the hook shot, but why not?
Yeah. Guarantee no Force Staff, etc.
Sure.
They've done a really good job of preventing all the split pushing from Sammy Boy to do much. For sure. Ninja Gear, pretty good pickup. Could be useful in any ganking hero. Don't know if he'll use it himself on the TB, but
Gives a lot of agi, right?
it is. Yeah, it's like 30 agi. It's quite good. The movement speed's really good too. He's holding the Shaco right now instead. That way he has a better chance of surviving through getting doomed and chain bursted, basically, which is pretty effective. Not a bad idea at all. We'll make Infernal Blade a little bit better against him, but that's not a big deal.
All right. Hook shot doesn't quite connect. Envy just makes his way over here. They've got two cardies. There's going to be the disarm. He'll just go right back in again. Wail away on the creeps. They still don't have Ocean up. Look at how far back he was playing. Gunner, though, jumping forward. Get taunted in. They drop the bubble. He's got the BKB. It might be go time now. But he's tanky. He can't withstand it. This Eternal Envy is just too big, too tanky. All right, the projectile. Prince is nice. BKB, they drop the wall. They get the taunt off over here on Sammy Boy, and he's just dead. That's, again, the Tempest double, though. Bear Kid doing a little bit of work. Uses the Satanic, wants to heal back up again. They're defending decently. Trying to decide. You're kind of running around in circles. He's all searched up and nowhere to go.
Envy looked pretty close to invulnerable there, I gotta say. That was pretty disgusting.
Yep.
They
Well, where's
put the
their
Ninja Gear
damage?
on the Void Spirit, but he'll swap out. It is Arc Warden.
Yeah. Yep, indeed it is. And
He's got some damage, but he doesn't have that much yet. He's been playing from behind here. His net worth is actually pretty close to TB's. Like, he's got quite a few items, but he needed to get the Hurricane Pike because of the Clockwork and other disables. He got Manta as well because he didn't want to get BKB. He's got Orchid, he's got Mjolnir. He's got, like, all these items that are mostly utility. They don't actually give him that much DPS.
yeah.
So that's why it's been really hard for him to touch Envy. And he's got Solar Crest put on him constantly. So he's got 4,500 HP.
Gunner, thinking about it. There's the Hex. I feel like they don't realize how fast they are sometimes. They just go zipping in. They're like, wait, what? Wait, my team's not here yet. I can't go. It just does get reclaimed during this time, though. So a little ray of sunshine here for the side of the Zoomers. The Blink Dagger picked up on the Winter Wyvern, too, so we might see some really good curses. However, they're very tanky on the side of his associates, so I don't know. Who do you... I don't think you can get a solo...
And it's off.
It's not
Maybe
easy.
with Envy.
Bottom tower
Maybe
is
with
under
Envy. If
attack.
Envy isn't the one who's cursed, if they... Oh, the Bloodthorn's pretty nice, though. Okay. But
I mean, it
it's
basically
hard
has to be Oracle, but he's not going to stand that far up, so it's really, really hard. Bloodthorn's kind of a good solution, though. I like that, just in the sense that there is some evasion on the Terror Blade, so putting Bloodthorn is not only going to make him easier to kill, but also, like, paired with the Winter's Curse, it could be really good, too. Actually, I don't know if you can Bloodthorn crit when your allies say even Winter's Curse. Winter's Curse is kind of weird
Radiant's
in
top
how it
tower
interacts
is
with
under
some
attack.
damage amplifier proc type
Dire's
stuff,
top
but
tower is under attack.
I feel like we've seen the Tempest Double so often top, but like the tower's
Yeah.
just still not pressured. It feels like they're doing no damage here. And now he's 6 slotted. Here we go.
All right. Arm over on Envy. Hookshot doesn't quite connect here for snaking. They'll drop the wall. Envy having to fight himself, which is pretty difficult. The Bloodthorn, but the
Oh,
BKB
no.
comes out. Monkeys is looking for the stomp. Doesn't have it. Man, Envy can't fight. This is actually so funny. Envy's fighting Envy.
All right. Oh, how's
Do they
Meta
go
going?
in?
Oh,
Sammy,
this is
that's a
dangerous.
very, very scary.
can't
Oh,
be in
they
the fight
fake
now.
back. Gunner. He's taken so much Scotty damage, but again, Envy has to focus down himself. Thanks to that illusion being created by the wall. They find this pick off and they finish it off, though. It's not looking very good. There's going to be the Stampede as they try to run
Oh,
away,
he got it.
but they drop the pit on the back line, though. They have the Thunder. Still going to be alive. Envy fighting back here with Sammy Boy. And he's just says, everybody get in the car. Was that a cheese or was that a Thunder? Gunner, who's looking for the stomp. Looks like they're just going to have to be happy here with snaking.
Very crucial ulti from Husky there. Was able to get the Oracle. The Bloodthorn did seem like it was amplifying damage, so that was a good catch. But still, all of that to kill 2 supports? Game is hard.
That was a-
That's really hard.
Oh. All right, so the cheese is still actually online for Moo
For
here.
Void Spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Void Spirit also really hard to kill. He does have to avoid getting doomed, and that's why he's queuing up a Lincoln Sphere. In fact, it's finished. So, needs that. Fight could be going worse. A Dagon for the Darkster. Interesting. I think they're just realizing, like, we do not have enough damage. So, we got to do everything we can to get kills.
More damage
Bursting-
coming out.
Like, they basically need to be able to burst the Envy or whoever else they disable. Because right now their damage is really inadequate.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know how you kill Envy here. You got to get everything perfect on the side of Zoomers. He's just
Yeah.
so tanky. He got a Daedalus now. He's got so many items.
And they don't have a conventional carry, so it's hard to scale
Yeah.
against them.
Boom, there it goes.
And they have to make sure that Oracle doesn't save them.
Yeah,
Or
there's a lot of
Clockwork
things.
disrupt things. Or does the school bus go, you know?
There are a lot of things that they have to be very careful of on the side of 4 Zoomers. Feels like the later and later this goes, the less of an answer they have for how to deal with them.
Coming in.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
A little bit of a courier snipe here, making sure that they don't have vision on the Roche. Everybody's waiting for this Roche. This is the next big one. Roche is up. Guessing we're gonna see some sort of a gank or a pick off. Or we could just see a full out war.
We'll try.
I don't know.
Yeah. Any gank or
enjoy
pick off
wars.
is really great, but it's hard. It's really hard to grab him. Arcane Rune on Mu is really good though. He's got Octarine already too. So super low cooldowns. They're smoking, they're going in.
Yeah, Envy's in the pit snaking. He's smoked up. Try to body block anyone trying to jump in. Mu just running around the pit. Envy is more than capable of doing this himself. Gunner? They know.
They're gonna know.
How do you go in though?
They'll know.
All right, Gunner
Just
jumping
go.
in. It's go time. Oh, he tries to get the Doom off. He's got the Lotus Orb, but they just blow him up. Gunner's not gonna be a part of this fight. He's gotta buy back. Back lines, Mu playing around a little bit. The wall does get dropped, and they have the Bloodthorn over here on Envy, but he doesn't care. Although the Dire, they take the Roche, but where's the Aegis? Monkeys, he snatches up the Aegis. Finally, makes that play. There's a Winter's Curse holding them in place. They've got the Doom off.
no,
2-4
the
Doom is
fog.
just standing there. He just cannot get out. Will get forced back. Are they gonna be able to save him in time? No, he's gonna go down. Brax, does everybody get in the car? But he's dead. He's got a flat tire. He's not going anywhere here. As Envy still just trying to fight his way through. He's got the Satanic. He's going to be able to lifesteal back up. Monkey's still man fighting here, but there's no bubble to protect him any longer. Sammy Boy sitting in part of the bubble, but he's got the Thunder. He's got the BKB. This is looking so bad now for Sammy Boy. He's going to lose himself. He's going to lose the Tempest double.
Oh, so hard to fight there. The Cogs saving Business Associates in a big way. The ulti there from Husky prevented them from moving through the Cogs to go deal damage. So while the winner's
And
curse was kind of good, just wasn't good enough. Now almost everybody on the Zoomer side is dead. Business Associates massively ahead here. They stole Aegis, but it got burned. I think they have a cheese still for Business Associates, and Arc Warden's got to be careful.
Envy just does too much damage here. Look at this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tempest double down. Oh, the hook shot coming in from Snake King. Immediately trying to protect him. It's a beautiful vacuum, but
the
there's no
glyph.
follow-up. Where is it? Envy having to
The
lifesteal
glyph
here.
is so good. Can they get him?
That is
Okay,
a
they got
dead
fucked.
staking. Okay.
They got way too excited with the
Alright.
glyph. The towers are slinging damage. Can they chase and get more kills?
I don't know.
They really want to.
Thunder on the illusion. Envy's back up.
Okay, they held. All right. They're making some ground. The Arc Warden is doing decent damage at this point, so they do have to be a little careful on the Business Associate side. The fight can be more normal, then maybe Zoomers can take a win. But dooming Arc Warden is definitely a really good go if they can. It seems clear that killing Envy is a problem, but if he's so low against like 3 or 4 heroes, they can get him. So that means they need to take out the rest of the members of the team first, I think. And Voidseer is probably the best go if they can get the Doom off on him. They've got Halberd on Gunner, so he should be able to get a Doom off, but it's just not easy. And he dies so quickly to physical damage, especially against the Terrorblade. So
Yeah.
even Monkeys could really use some armor. He's only got 8. Sammy Boy picks up a courier. 125 gold each. Pretty solid at this point in the game, I gotta say. Oh, I think another reason he bought Dagon actually is to shoot illusions. It one-shots illusions, so might have wanted to
that's a
grab
good
it
point.
just to help deal with TB illusions. Maybe is another thought.
That's true. So he's fairly tanky, does a lot of damage with those illusions, so if you can just instantly remove one, sounds like a good choice. Right, slowed down a little bit now.
Do it with flair.
No longer an Aegis in play, so seems like everybody's just content to sit back and wait, and we are
Yeah.
hitting that 52-minute mark now. That's the team of business smoked up behind Envy. I just don't know how you take this guy down.
It's gotta kill everybody else first. I think that's the only thing they can do.
That's
They're doing
so
their best.
easy. It's that easy. Just kill
Exactly.
everyone first.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Look at an illusion over there, but
Has fallen.
that's
Ooh,
wall
now they're
down as they
changing.
just walk to the bottom.
Tower is
Very
Easy
smart.
peasy.
It's a huge deal. TV illusion they need.
We won't get one. X. Lotus serves up.
Oh, from the back.
Okay, on the back end. I'm not sure what's going on there with Huskies, but we'll turn right back around again. And he says, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. Moo is dead though. They killed monkeys. The Doom got used on the Oracle. Okay, that's pretty solid here. Oh, the vacuum right back in again. They'll be able to find the kill on Fear, and V trying to man fight here with this Tempest double. That's the end of his BKB. He's gonna go give Brax a hug and say, take me home. And unfortunately, Snaking is gonna get left behind. Doesn't have the hook shot up just yet. Might be able to hook shot to creeps if he can get over there in time, but the body block's coming out from Gunner. He's aware of this. The Hex and a dead Snaking.
Okay. They only lost a tier 3 tower, and I can't believe it's going this well. They moved to the bot lane. The Doom on the Oracle felt a little rough. They lost monkeys for it as well. But what was kind of crucial about it, and maybe it didn't matter, but like if Oracle's just doomed, Oracle is literally useless, and keeping him alive there is fine. Because then he can't buy back, you know? And so which didn't matter in the moment, but it was kind of a cool theory. That like actually if they deal with the Oracle, dealing with everybody else is a lot easier. Because there's not just gonna be like magic reflection or magic resistance going to the team. So for once, Zoomers feel comfortable crossing the map. There's only a Terrorblade and a Underlord alive. They're finally getting some map control here, but it's not going to be for super long. I'm surprised they're not doing more on the map right now, frankly.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
No, I just protect the triangle for now. Oh, I do like.
They're-
When did he get the Ags?
Dire's bottom barracks.
He's had it for probably 10 minutes, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I
a really
like
good
that
choice,
pick.
though, yeah. Little damage reduction. You can run over cogs as well, is another nice thing about it. Pretty sure. You'll still get stunned, obviously, but pretty solid. All right, and now they're alive. They're crossing the map again. No smoke on Snaking, but it'll be fine. Once again, Sammy Boy pushes out the bot lane. He was able to get a range barracks bottom at some point, it looks like. So they are making some progress on the Zoomer side.
Casual split pushing. They'll find the Winter Wyvern though. Husky forcing forward at the Lotus Orb on him, but there's just too much damage.
No buyback on him either.
Sammy taking that Raxer.
An illusion is hitting it. I don't know if it's doing that
Yeah.
much damage.
Yeah, I'm wondering because it's been there for a while. Oh, he's hitting some parties, trying to clear out the big wave. But the real one is over. Nope, not the real one. My bad.
The real-ish one.
The real-ish one. Yes. Spider legs Moo trying to find the opening. The sidestep though from Sammy Boy.
Oh, not good.
Oh my God! Look at the damage over on Gunner. They did get the silence off. They're doing so much damage over to Envy, but they should be able to keep him alive. He goes in for the Thunder play on his own illusion.
That Abyssal pickup for Terrorblade was so sick there.
On the back lines though, Moo force assimilate. Gonna hop in the bubble, try to take down Sammy Boy. Again,
He almost
just the
dies under the
illusion.
bubble in the back line.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
That's
And now
for the
they're cleaning up.
Rax.
That Abyssal was so sick, dude. It actually, like, Doom is already vulnerable to the physical damage, but getting stunned like that BKB in melee range to the bubble doesn't work. Genius buy from NB here.
has fallen.
They just sidestep this wall so easily.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I just feel like it's not doing a whole heck of a lot. All right, they do have a Scotty on the Arc Warden now too, but I don't know. It's feeling tough. It feels a little like Arc Warden kind of against the world because the rest of his team, they didn't play badly by any means, but they're just not as effective now at this point in the game.
NB has so many items, dude. He's got Moonshard eating. He's about to buy an Ags to eat. Get that fear going, I guess, when he transforms. All right, and we're only 3 minutes away from tier 5 items, so we might be seeing some tier 5ers. I don't know if it's going to change anything, but it could, I guess. Maybe some big damage item for Arc Warden. Like, that's one of the issues with him is that, like, his illusions do not push very well at all. He's got a Mjolnir, he's got a Hurricane Pike, he's got a Manta Style. Those are not good items for hitting buildings. So that's why, like, even though he's been split pushing here, there isn't that much of a threat. Not that his build is that different than a normal Arc Warden, but you would normally not have, like, Hurricane Pike and Manta, ideally. And you'd have, like, a damage item in there.
So what would you like to see him pick up for his damage item? Is it rapier time?
He needs these items. Yeah, rapier is not a bad idea for sure, but looks like he has eaten a moon shard at some point. But rapier is not going to solve the problem necessarily either. It'll help kill the other heroes better. They almost got the Void Spirit in the last fight with the Bloodthorn. That was pretty effective. But I'm just explaining the reason why it's like hard for them to even get a Rax with all this split push. Range barracks doable. Melee barracks is a lot harder with illusions. Gunner's got Shiva's guard finished, so his armor is a lot higher now.
Still though,
And
it's
they're gonna try to
such a
grab
problem.
something.
They don't have multiple people being able to dump out physical
go.
damage. Oh, look on the low ground. The smoke pops. They don't manage to grab anyone. Hook shot comes in from
perfect.
Snaking. Doesn't quite connect. They do manage to find Envy though, but there it is. There's the hook shot. They're just gonna start wailing away on Gunner. He can't get out. He gets doomed up. Or rather, he puts the doom out. Lotus Orb is on, but
Oh my god, that
he
damage.
doesn't even care. He doesn't even care that there's a Winter Wyvern there. He's like, all right, I can go hit creeps and go take buildings, I guess.
I don't think he knew.
Husky's dead.
Actually, yeah, I guess they did see him with the Observer Orb move over there.
Yeah, they saw him. They just didn't care. Well, one of them did, but... Oh, Sammy boy. Sammy.
I think that is just about it. I love the positioning
Yeah.
of business in that fight. The fact that they sat to the right side on low ground meant there was a
Yep.
really good chance that they see their opponents before they get spotted. Oh, we refresh his 2 walls, but not gonna be able to get anybody. Needs to live. Or they just GG it and it's over. Okay, that works.
Yeah, they